Good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday Mull for Wednesday, the 26th of January. With Robert Murray McShane today, we read the third chapter of Esther, and we're introduced to Haman. We're not told a great deal about him, but he does come across as a self-opinionated, pompous, arrogant individual. However, we're introduced and told that he was promoted by Xerxes. We're not told why, and he was given a place of high honor in the kingdom, higher than anyone else. And in verse 2 we're told all the royal officials at the king's gate knelt down and paid honor to Haman, for the king had commanded this concerning him. But Mordecai did not kneel down or pay him honor. And when Haman finds out that Mordecai is doing this, he becomes incensed. He watches him, sees that it's true, and he plots. And for him, it's not good enough to just get rid of Mordecai. He wants to get rid of all the Jews, because he finds out that Mordecai is a Jew. And he goes to the king, spins a story, and moves his intention to exterminate the Jews forward. I was struck by a number of things. The one is that Mordecai refuses to bow down. We're not told why. Indeed, the people at the gate ask him, "Why do you disobey the king's command?" Day after day they spoke to him, but he refused to comply. Now, there could be any number of reasons. It may well have been that Mordecai said, the king's officials at the king's gate obey the king. I'm just standing there. I'm not serving the king. I'm not part of his retinue. I'm not part of his household. Therefore, I don't have to comply with this. I am an individual. It might have been that. It might well have been some kind of religious objection, that in kneeling down and giving Haman that kind of honor, he could have been saying, no, that's actually an honor that we only pay to God. We don't pay that to people, and therefore I'm not going to do that. So he may well have had religious scruples. We're not told. And sometimes we in society get to a point where we need to stand and refuse to bow down. And there are very few people in the world today that are in Haman's position officially. So we're not likely to come across somebody that can plot the extermination of an entire race. But there are people that in social groups will seek to get rid of you and play you down and sideline you and get you excluded, get you kicked out of the WhatsApp group, and they're going to unfriend you on Facebook and persuade all their friends to unfriend you as well. There are people like that in the world. And sometimes we just ignore them. Sometimes we're called, like Mordecai, to stand on principle and refuse to fit in. And in the world today, there's also the movement of society where certain things are accepted, and that's just the way things are. And everybody's expected to just fit in and go along with it. And sometimes as Christians, we're called to say, no, we're not going to go along with that. We're going to stand for what is right. We're going to stand for what is true. And we recognize there may well be consequences. Christians have been faced with that challenge for the last 2,000 years, and nothing has changed. So as you go through life, recognize that you're going to come across Haman every so often. Sometimes ignore them, sometimes stand against them. And as a Christian in society, in social groups, we sometimes need to take a stand. It might be costly, but it is the right thing. So be challenged, be encouraged, and be blessed.